Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. All right.
Yeah, I'm running out of booze.
You're killing me. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your humble host, Eric. How are you tonight? Or as I should say on October 4th, 10-4, good buddy. That's hopefully the last trucker joke.
You know it's not.
I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this whole thing. It is our 75th anniversary, and that's the silver anniversary. So send me money. I'm still working on our pledge pitch. But all right, there you go. So the way we do this is we like to anchor ourselves in time and space, because ever since COVID tore a hole in the curvature of time space, time has no meaning. I don't even know what it means anymore. So I can do a couple, Trump was bad. That doesn't even narrow it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no clue. So, yeah. So we're going to do a couple
wide chunk.
Yeah. I'm going to do a couple we're going to do a couple news stories here to peg us in time and space. And then we are going to go to some funny memes. Shut up.
He went British.
What?
I'm an idiot. You said peg us in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I knew. I was gonna try and just skate past it, but no. Taking you out in post, you perv. All right.
I was like, man, what kind of news is this?
Facebook for the Blind news for October 4th, 2022. Of course, the big risible topic is Herschel Walker, who is a moron and is running neck and neck for his elected position in Georgia. I believe he's going to run to be governor. And he has sided with the team that wants to eliminate abortion nationwide and denies in strongest possible terms the report that he paid for abortion. Meanwhile, Herschel's son, Christian Walker, says every family member of Herschel Walker asked him not to run for office because we all knew some of his past. Every single one. He decided to give us the middle finger and air out all of his dirty laundry in public while simultaneously lying about it. I'm done. He also said, I know my mom and I would really appreciate it if my father, Herschel Walker, stopped lying and making a mockery of us. You're not a family man when you left us to bang a bunch of women, threatened to kill us, and had us move over 6 times in 6 months running from your violence. I don't care about someone who has a bad past and takes accountability, but how dare you lie and act as though you're some moral, Christian, upright man? You've lived a life of destroying other people's lives. How dare you? Christian Walker's final closer here is, you have 4 kids that we know of, and you weren't in the house raising one of them. You were out cheating and lying. If you loved your kids, you'd be raising them instead of running for a Senate race to boost your ego. In response to some of the earlier stuff, Herschel Walker posted, I love my son no matter what. That was a reply to that. No matter what? Okay. Maybe if you loved your kids, you'd be raising them instead of running for a Senate race to boost your ego.
This whole thing is weird, man, because Christian Walker, I went to his Twitter page. This guy is a huge Trumper.
Is he?
Oh,
yeah, he's
really?
saying we've never, America's never had a leader like Ron DeSantis. He's out, blah, 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 blah. And it's like genuine. So like, it is really weird that he hates Herschel so much and then like is also exactly like him. Like, I don't know, man. The whole thing was really strange.
Man, this has been a weird week. And like, yeah, I mean, look at this. Top stories here. Speedy embrace of Herschel Walker. Republicans make familiar political bargain. Oh, are you a terrible person? But you might get us into power. So we have no morals, no principles, and no logical coherence. Just a quest for power. There have been all kinds of crazy things that happened today. North Korea fired a missile over Japan for the first time in 5 years, unannounced, and scared them. So some strange things there. This one's Maz Jobrani, and if you're not following Maz Jobrani, you are missing out. He is one of my favorite Persian comedians, and yes, I have more than one. Masjid was streaming live about the protests happening in Iran. You guys down with the protests in Iran? They've gotten absolutely insane. Oops, and I had this queued up. Un segundo. Yeah. So protests have erupted in more than 80 cities across the country following the death of Mahsa Amini, known by her Kurdish first name Gina. And she was taken into custody by the morality police, which, even though ACAB and all cops are bastards, I'm sorry, but the morality police are the biggest bastards. They pulled her in for not wearing her hijab correctly, and they beat her so strongly about the head she died. The student protesters in Tehran's Sharif University streamed live that they were under attack by government forces. And there were just tons of images all across the web talking about this. But as Maz Jobrani said, why are you seeing this from a comedian? Why aren't the major media covering this? And I do have to ask why that is. And I really don't understand. In other news, the Library of Congress decided to take it upon itself to make this beautiful post saying we are the largest library in the world and home to more than 173 million objects. And they've got Yo-Yo Ma playing a cello from the collection. They've got they have all kinds of different objects. Just for comparison, too, here in my hometown, University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign holds more than 14 million volumes and 24 million other items and materials. So Library of Congress, largest library in the world, very big. And there we see Lizzo on a flute. That might come into play later. Brett Favre's weekly NFL show for Sirius XM has been put on hold in the latest business deal in jeopardy over the pro quarterback's involvement in a welfare fraud case in Mississippi. And I was surprised to find out that there were many people in my circles who had not heard about this. Ken Olin posted, yep, good old Brett Favre didn't take a knee. He just took $5 million from the poor. And I hate to break it to you, Ken Olin, but it was far more than $5 million. Marjorie Taylor Greene embarrassed herself again this week. I mean, like clockwork. She went hog hunting from a helicopter, to connect with the everyman. IFL Science posted this.
Time out. I'm sorry. Marjorie Taylor Greene, everything about her is bad.
Right.
But this sounds like a great fucking time.
I was thank you. I would do this in a heartbeat, bro. If you've ever messed with a pissed off pig, you want to be in a helicopter. You don't want to be near the pig.
Yeah, but you guys are thinking.
Dude, I don't even know how I feel about killing. I don't even like killing bugs. But if you handed me like just an M4 and you put me in a helicopter and told me to shoot a hog that was running, that sounds fun as fuck.
Yes.
I would feel bad later, but I would do it.
I would eat bacon later, and I would do it.
Michael, Andrew, we all agree with you, but if you were campaigning as your friend, I would advise you not to do this.
Only if I'm trying to win votes from hogs. Listen,
I'm going to arm the hogs.
I'm from Indiana. This gets me like 25% more votes.
Let me tell you what this is. This is Marjorie Taylor Greene's Space Force. Because I don't care what you guys say. Trump sucks, but Space Force is fucking cool. It's cool.
All right. Well,
like
the thing is, too,
I
would highly recommend that you look at the commercial and try to figure out what on earth she's trying to, like, what conservative family-friendly policy she's trying to get across with this hog shooting. Sure, looks fun, but I will shoot hogs from a helicopter to keep America safe from communism. I mean, like, anyway, moving on.
Hog hunting.
Moving on.
I can go hog hunting now.
IFL Science announced with no fanfare a crack opened in Earth's magnetic field, and it stayed open for 14 hours.
No, thank you.
The fuck does that mean?
Well, nothing to see here, folks, because literally there's nothing. You can't see it. It's invisible. Yeah, in response to all those protests in Iran, since we went to press time, Iran's supreme leader has broken his silence on the protests and blames the U.S. So at the very least, we could pay attention to what we're getting blamed for. And the Wall Street Journal reported 10 hours ago that Iran's crippled economy sustains protests after religious police lit the flames. And I love it that Iranians are not taking it anymore because they are a great people. I know a lot of Persians and do not deserve their crappy government. And perhaps even less than we deserve ours. And I hope that they get angry enough and some heads roll. I really do. Go for it. I wish I could say good luck in Persian, but
also, how about the fact that the Wall Street Journal can admit it when cops start a riot in another country?
Yeah,
but they can't fucking call it when they do it here.
Yeah, well,
hypocrisy at its finest, sir.
Yep. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. All right, normally we like to close with a heartwarming animal story, but unfortunately I don't have one, so I'm just going to have to tell you about our friend Janelle. And here's Janelle on the set of Abbott Elementary with Philadelphia Flyers mascot Gritty. Yes, friend of the show, Comrade Gritty. We love you, Comrade Gritty. And when asked about his cameo on Abbott Elementary, he says, "I'm not in the business of explaining myself."
Good.
Right? And there you have it. Oh, man, how do I stop this? Gadzooks. I'm out of practice, boys. I got no idea what's going on.
I got it. Don't you worry.
There you go.
Boom.
Thank you.
So, round one. I'm Michael. Here we go.
Big round one.
Two.
Give us a big, long round one.
Michael's big,
Whip out
Michael's big long round. Picture of a couple of biscuits on a Popeyes box, and it says, "She said, 'Choke me, Daddy.'" So I gave her 2 Popeyes biscuits without a drink.
Yes.
That'll do it. So Dr. Ivermectin, MD.
No.
Yeah.
At Sigma Female. Now I want you to stick with me on this one. She tweets one day ago, the weirdest genre of dudes on here, and by on here she means Twitter. So the weirdest genre of dudes on here are 40-year-old men with wives who follow a bunch of young women, laugh my fucking ass off. And Fart Monster 2K at Fart Monster 2K replies, "As a 40-year-old married dude, I can tell you, it's because those young women, or many of them, often post pictures of their boobs, and following them makes those pictures show up on my phone."
I plead the fifth.
So I really thought this was going to be something other than him just describing fucking precisely why those people exist. Charlie at Chunk Barty says, "Keeping myself sharp by regularly asking myself tough questions like, what happened yesterday? And what was I planning on doing just now?" Jesse at Mama Jessie C says, "My husband said he did a double take of me when he first met me, but I've also seen him do a double take on a free pile of dirt." And the first comment from Dog Lover says, "Wait, free dirt?" And the next comment says, "Where is the free dirt? Do you think it's still there?" That's what happens when a bunch of 40-year-old married dudes follow you, see? 90s kids, 90s, which looks like 90s skids, 90s. But I don't think it's what it means. It has a picture of this guy. I do not remember what this guy's from. He's at like 90210 or fucking Party of 5. I don't know. Anyway,
he's one of them in sync bastards.
Looks like a 90s.
Oh yeah, but you're right.
He's got too many
Yeah, I
earrings.
think he's a Backstreet Boy or something. So anyway, he's sitting with his arms crossed, like one hand on each shoulder, like Wakanda Forever, except he's a white guy and he's wearing a purple short sleeve shirt with a vest and some kind of necklace, and he's got a haircut. And it says, "When your parents told you to bring a jacket, but you didn't listen, and now you cold."
Dude, I know that pose from all the U of I girls at the bars running down Green Street in January.
Yeah. Yep.
No coat check.
So next I got about 3 more memes for this round. Aborted Dreams, friend of the show, Aborted Dreams. We love what you're doing aboard Dreams. It's a picture of a person in a full bear suit, like a furry, like a huge mascot head bear, and it's holding a sign that says, "Remember, kids, it's important to enjoy the present. Societal collapse is coming."
Jesus.
So,
I like it.
remember, Trash Can Paul. Got a couple of plastic cups. One of them is Goofy, and one of them is Scooby Doo. And there's like fog coming out of them, and it looks kind of eerie. And it says, "Blow cigarette smoke into the kids' drinks to make them look haunted." Last one for this round is Trash Can Paul. He's got a picture of Orson Welles. I believe this was taken on the set of a commercial, this picture. But anyway, Orson Welles is sitting at a table. He's got a glass of wine. He's got a plate of pasta in front of him, some bread, and he's looking pretty serious, like Orson Welles always did. And it says, "A shrimp? Am I to accept as God's own truth that the sea's very own abominable and chittering roach was the one who took walk into hand and fried this rice?" And that's all I have for round one, the wholesome round. Eric, let's see what you got.
All right, yeah, moving on to Andrew here, queuing up his first meme.
Oh Lord. Well, yeah, we're gonna start. I'm gonna try to keep this quick. Do Andrew's short round one. Thank you. First off from Pixie. Thank you. First off from Pixie and Brutus, it just says, "I want dog mullets to become a thing," and we have this little Pomeranian with the cutest little like Joe Dirt Kentucky waterfall Mississippi mud flap 1090 haircut I've ever seen, and it's adorable.
Joe Dirt, you nailed it. It's Joe Dirt as a dog.
Nice.
It's like Joe Bow Wow. Or, yeah. Next. Okay. Anyway.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Front of the show, Timotheus T. Firefly added a picture of 3 of the members of Twisted Sister back in their heyday in the late 80s, and it's just labeled Hocus Pocus 2.
I want to rock.
I would watch this.
I totally would.
I would.
I would watch this so many times on repeat. Okay.
By the way, I caught Hocus Pocus 2 this weekend with the kid. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I haven't watched it yet.
Josh Burt, like Joe Dirt.
Yes, friend of the show, Josh Burt. I need to hang out with you sometime. It's just got a picture of a cougar, and I do mean the cat, not like Selma Hayek. And it says, "If I'm ever killed by a mountain lion, just know my last words were, 'Here, kitty, 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 kitty.'" Because you know that's how I'm going out. Friend of the show, Cats on Cocaine, has a picture, and it's labeled, "Sometimes Noodle prefers to have his existential crisis in the fridge," and it says, "Himalayan cat chilling on the second shelf of the fridge, eyes the size of golf balls." Like he is going through some shit right now.
Yeah, it's way too high.
When human beings do that, you wave your hand in front of their eyes and snap your fingers.
When cats do it, you put them behind the coffee creamer. Safe word. Okay. Yeah, Eric alluded to this a little bit ago, and look, it's already coming back. The other 98%, front of the show, other 98% has a picture of Lizzo playing a flute. Lizzo, please go out to dinner with me sometime. Anyway, it says,
"I'm telling
Lizzo plays a flute, and one day later, everyone is experts on flutes. They should keep handing her instruments until we accidentally bring back music education."
It's my favorite class.
Front of the show, Puns has a picture of a looks like a gold retriever, and it's got the Mike Tyson face tattooed on it, and it says he thinks he's a boxer.
Oh,
David, let it marinate.
it's like a Mike Tyson tribal tattoo on his face.
Oh my gosh.
it's a double entendre because a boxer is also a kind of dog. So it's like a two thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be worried about my ears around this dog.
Oh,
that's punny.
Oh,
it's good. That's good. It's another two thing that means like one thing that can mean two different things at the same time, guys.
This show is funny
Great.
and educational. All right. Safe word. Safe word.
This is the second dog with a mullet.
Oh,
Dog
Oh,
does
You're
have
not
a
wrong.
mullet.
That's
my
totally
Have a
in.
mullet.
You know what's funny? Mike Tyson could have a mullet, and I probably wouldn't even notice.
I'd still be scared of him. Yeah.
No, I just keep
The
staring
face
at that
tattoo.
face tattoo.
Right.
I would be wearing earmuffs in August because he might want a snack.
Right. There we are.
Last one. Yeah, I believe this is the last one I got for the wholesome around here. Friend of the show, Kevin Schmidt, El Champion. He posted woodworking tips post of how to fall asleep in a living room chair. 1, be old, 2, sit in chair.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I have Curly sitting in my recliner. I fall asleep in this thing at least once a day.
Daily.
Wow.
All right, and that's all I got. Back to you there, Sizemore.
All right, good deal. Lottery winner shows up naked for his work shift at Walmart store with boss's face tattooed on his ass.
I want to buy this man a beer.
David King, friend of the show, who posted this, says, "Not all heroes wear capes."
That's awesome.
So yes, we have a picture here of a security guard leading a naked man pixelated crotch out of the store, and the close-up inset shot of it kind of looks like Dr. Phil to me. Oh, that's on his ass. That's his ass cheek.
It's a picture of his ass.
I would
it
say
is his
Dr.
ass crack
Phil
and
or
everything.
Mr. Belvedere or something.
Lottery winner shows up naked for his work shift at Walmart store with boss's face tattooed on his ass. And you, sir, we salute you.
Yeah, well done. Well done.
Yeah,
You only get one life. You know, you only get one life.
YOLO.
That's how you live it right there.
No, I'm telling you, right? And then go for pancakes. Friend of the show, Kenny Kyle. Hey, Kenny Kyle, man, I love your potato salad. Says Lizzo plays a flute, and one day later, everyone's an expert. Oh, but you already did that one.
I totally did that. Holy shit.
All
I
right.
was wondering when you were going to catch on.
Friend of the show, Andrew Lawrence. Hey, man, I'm doing 5 jobs.
He is trying to babysit me. Let's keep that in mind.
Friend of the show, Andrew Lawrence, posts they're not mad about the flute. They just have podcasts to put out and a fan base to grift that is addicted to being fake victimized.
That's it.
From Occupy Democrats. And I tell you what, Occupy Democrats occasionally has got some good lines like this. Like, this is good agitprop for your collection. Moving on. Max at Max Nordau posts, they took a legendary 200-year-old crystal flute out of storage so that Lizzo could play 2 notes on it. The purpose of that is to remind you that nothing you care about has any value. Parker Malloy at Parker Malloy responds, there is precisely a 0% chance this guy knew this, quote, legendary flute existed before today. Doesn't the right ever get tired of pretending to be outraged about this stuff? The purpose is to remind you that nothing you care about has any value. Calm down, weirdo.
No kidding.
Reposted by Feminist News. And if you are not following Feminist News, where do you get half your news? Moving on. We have oh God, what's her name? Patrol Car Patty.
Yeah.
She's on the phone in that park saying, yes, that's right, officer, a flute.
God.
Posted by Denatra Philpott Boyd Brown. And my God, Denatra, you got to come to the show sometime. I steal your memes every week. Love you, Denatra. Scott Adams, that's right, the Dilbert cartoonist Scott Adams posted hashtag Dilbert was canceled in 77 newspapers this week. And a real authentic person at Uncle Caviar replies, have you tried making it funny or good?
Dude, this guy ended up really sucking. I just did like a deep dive on Scott Adams, who's the creator of Dilbert.
Yeah.
And he is like full-blown fucking right-wing asshole.
Lunatic. Yeah. Lunatic. And one of the terrible things about it is too, Michael, I don't know if we've ever mentioned this, but he wrote an excellent book of alternative cosmology that was just fascinating, and a whole, well, not theology, but a whole creation myth that I'd never ever seen before, an original idea. And I'm not really going to recommend it to you now because it's got Adams.
You know what? Let me just say this, like, maybe that was when the drugs were still good. Like when he was still doing the drugs before the drugs started doing him. You know?
Right.
Oh, he's like one of those
Too
TV
bad.
producers. I got you. Okay, I got you. All right, I got about 5 more here before I throw it back to you, Michael. Xavier's Online, Hustler's Arc at Xavier's Online posts, engineer. Wow, that train is fast. Elon Musk, tears forming in his eyes. My imaginary train is faster. Oh my God. This is yeah, here we go. This is oh, it's that flag. It's the don't tread on me.
Gadsden.
Like the
Gadsden
Gadsden
flag.
Yeah.
Gadsden flag.
But this week I found one that I absolutely love because it's got Bobby's head on it from King of the Hill. And it says, "That's my purse. I don't know you."
I would have put this on my car.
I would
know,
hang
that's
I would
my
hang
purse.
that I would hang that in my man cave.
We here at Facebook for the
I
Blind
don't know
collect
you.
Gadsden's flags on our Facebook page. So if you ever find a good one, please send it to us and we'll put it in the album on our Facebook page. But this one's going on there this week. I found more than one. I mean, different designs.
Ooh.
I mean, Gadsden's flag is great. And this line is absolutely fantastic. This has been going around for a very long time. This person has it tattooed on their arm. We have Bobby screaming from the midst of a heart with the banners reading, "That's my purse. I don't know you." If you are not fans of King of the Hill, this is his battle cry from a women's defense class. And it's just one of the best lines out of context that you can use anywhere, anytime at all.
In the words of Hank Hill and my father, that boy ain't right.
Damn it, Bobby. And lastly, this is the one that I found last night that ties into all this and cracked me up. Reposted by Workers Meme Redistribution Union, April 1st, 2021. It says, "That's my surplus value. I don't know you." Bobby's pointing a gun. That's my surplus value. And that is going to wrap up my wholesome round with a little bit of communism.
Just a dash of communism. Kicking off
Smidgen.
round 2. Start with friend of the show, Jim E. Doinks, who says, "Took so much Adderall, I invented a new shape and then jerked off to it for an hour."
Dear God.
Great job, Jim. John Steingard. Oh, this one's not funny, but it actually wasn't even supposed to be in the show, but I'm going to read it since it's here. John Steingard says this. He says, "If a loving God exists, hell doesn't. If a loving God does not exist, hell doesn't." And he says, "This thought was the beginning of me being okay." So I don't know you, John Steingard, but like we think. This is a picture, really, back to the comedy, really weird moment captured. I don't know what this meeting was about, but President Biden is sitting next to Ron DeSantis, and he's looking like pissed off at Ron DeSantis, who has his hands folded in front of him, and he's got hanging his head low. And this is captioned, "What happens when you fuck around? Come on, Ronnie." You find out. Okay,
That's excellent.
this is too bad.
Oh.
This is an ad that was taken out on a city bus. And I'm just going to read it from the top to bottom. It says, "Should Jesus Ween replace Halloween?" JesusWeen.com, October 31st. Quote, "A Christian gift-giving festival," end quote.
This was put up by a Catholic, right?
It can't be real, but
Jesus Ween.
To all who celebrate. Kyle at Kyle Plant Emoji says, I always get self-conscious buying toilet paper, like some high schooler is going to take a picture of me and post it online with the caption, LMAO, this dude poops. I got 3 more for this round.
Oh,
Schitt's Creek. We love you, Schitt's Creek. It's a picture of a mug you can actually buy. I just love it. It's got a picture of a rose on the bottom, and it says, roses are red, violets are blue. Oh my God, David. Ew.
Ah!
Oh, I miss that
Nice.
show. I got 2 more. Trash Can Paul. Got a picture of a Buddha figure with a bunch of monks surrounding him. And he says, take memes seriously and get into fights with strangers. Ancient wisdom. Ancient wisdom that is always followed by Trash Can Paul. Friend of the show, Trash Can, we love you. Last meme for this round, also Trash Can Paul. It's a picture of the Beatles and an impact font over the front of them. It says, I just love the part in the Beatles song when it ends and they shut the fuck up.
Dang. All right. That's what I'm saying.
Back to you,
Not-
TD. Let's see what
Back
you
to
got.
you, TD.
not a fan of the Fab Four, I see. Okay,
They
first
shut
off
the
for the
fuck
round
up.
2, friend of the show, Nate Copley, posts a post from Fool of a Toque posting, and I'm so happy to hear this. Apparently October 21st is National Throw Short People Day. That's right. On October 21st, you could throw anyone under 5'6" with no permission needed. And it's just a picture of a very nervous looking Gimli, like, you'll have to toss me. But yeah, I'm gonna be walking around that day with measuring tape and a yardstick. You're 5'4" or under, goodbye. You getting chucked.
You're going to throw your back out the first 5 minutes.
This is not long, but it'll be a glorious 5 minutes. Just
Don't
like
worry, short
just
folks,
like my sex
you're
life.
safe.
Yeah, you're safe.
I'm gonna drive up to Indiana to see my dad. He's almost 5'4". Okay. Friend of the show, Odometer, has a picture of a very bored looking lifeguard sitting behind a very fit swimmer, and then you realize that everyone's wearing Olympic shirts. That's right. If you feel useless today, remember somebody is working as a lifeguard at the Olympics.
No kidding. Fucking Greg Louganis ruined it for everybody.
Right? Safe word.
Hit your head one time. Now we all have to have a lifeguard.
Now we all have to sit here and be bored because of you, Greg. Friend of the show, making his second appearance tonight. Cat's on cocaine. It says, my overly dramatic cat when his water bowl is empty, and it's a cat perfectly with the drain on a bathtub, the faucet, mouth just shoved up on it, like water goes straight from faucet out cat butthole. Like there's a perfect seal there. It's fantastic.
Nice.
That is how they are.
I'm nothing if not descriptive. Okay, Geek News Now post a picture labeled September 30th, and it's Lily from the AT&T commercials. Very lovely girl, Flow knockoff, public show Lily. Then the next picture is actually the same actress, and it's labeled October 1st, and she's got the long, straight, dark hair, the goth makeup, the choker, and a corset that makes her look very chestically enhanced, and they just know I love chubby goth girls. Anyway, that's all I had to say about that. Friend of the show, Blunts and Bongs. They put up, people brag about green and blue eyes. My eyes are red every day, and I do not brag. Emoji with the rolly eyes.
Where's my parade?
Keeping it humble.
Yeah.
Keeping it humble.
Yeah, I'm just one humble son of a bitch. Safe words.
Go to messages. Oh.
Friend of the show, the angry bartender, has a picture of what looks like a Mongolian warrior, and he's holding a skull. And someone's asking, what, whose skull is that? Guy says his name is Philip. What's in there? Warrior says vodka and orange juice, and guy's all confused. And Warrior says it's a Phillips head screwdriver.
Oh my God.
It's a long way, but it was a nice, clean punchline.
Disapprove. Downvote.
Thank you. Thank you. Lincoln Police. Now, I know we're not the biggest fan of cops, but this was pretty funny. Lincoln Police of Lincoln, Nebraska, at Lincoln Police, says, not cool. It's not cool hanging out in your car in an empty parking lot. More not cool, hotboxing with your buddies and getting caught by Lincoln Police. Extra more not cool, calling your mom to come get you. Super extra more not cool, mom getting a DUI when she arrives drunk.
Damn.
Like, you pissed off something cosmically, bro. You should not be having that string of luck.
Wow. I guess there's not a lot going on in Lincoln.
It's Nebraska, bro. This is actually my last one for this round from Cat Attack. It says, meanwhile, in an alternate universe, and we have a large cat and a small, tiny female human, and the female human's on top of the cat, prying its eyes open, going, food, food. And then the next picture, it's the same cat looking very frightened and discouraged because the small human woman has pulled down her pants and is showing the cat it's her butthole. Like cats like this.
Perfect. I laughed out
thought it was
loud when
funny.
I first saw this friggin'
I saw you contain yourself. That's all I got for round two. Size more. Take her away.
All right, moving on. This one got passed around quite a bit. This one's from King Gupp, Gupp, who has a picture at the very end of Monsters Incorporated, 2001 film, where the wealthy CEO of Monsters Incorporated is held accountable for his actions. He's being taken away by the authorities. It says, this is to remind the audience that the movie is a work of fiction. The wealthy CEO is taken away and held accountable for his actions. You know, Lincoln, Nebraska might be bad, but friend of the show, Kristen, who's on the show tonight, post this picture that says, when people ask what my hometown is like over there in Georgetown, and we got a picture of somebody who looks kind of gothed out or methed out or not really sure, but it says, teacher on crystal meth strips naked in class and bites 2 students.
God.
What did I tell you about posting memes about my relatives?
All right. Moving on, Mitt Romney, not friend of the show, but you may remember his name from his albums back in the early aughts. He said, Mitt Romney says, desperate polls call for desperate measures. Dems consider forgiving trillions in student loans. Other bribe suggestions: forgive auto loans, forgive credit card debt, forgive mortgages, and put a wealth tax on the super rich to pay for it all. What could possibly go wrong? And Calvin S. Cato says, this literally sounds like the best idea. Let's just do this.
What else are you afraid of, Mitt?
Mitt. I mean, these are good.
Fuck.
Keep going. Let's riff with this.
Oh, go knock on somebody's door.
Right. Earlier today, I saw this posting from an Ian Poulter in someone's Gmail, and it says, hi, Sam. I was browsing CVs on Indeed.com, and your degree in BSc Biomedical Sciences really stood out to me. I'm currently looking to fill a position for Smoky Moe's Bar and Grill, and was...
What?
Yeah.
God.
This one got a tremendous amount of traffic, with essentially people in this century and economy going, it do be like that. Friend of the show, Emma, posts disassociation fruit gusher, reposting El Gato at L_them, saying your Kentucky Derby horse name is a symptom of one of your mental illnesses, plus the last thing you ate. And we have Becky responding, memory loss, apple, and Tristan wins with DePretzel.
What would your guys's be?
Anxiety donut.
I think mine would actually be. What? Go ahead.
I was gonna say a toss up between. It depends on the day. Either anxiety or depression chili.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think mine is. I think mine's probably. Right now, this moment, it's hypervigilant scrambled eggs.
Ooh.
Oh.
I could go for a plate of hypervigilant scrambled eggs. I'll tell you that.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
I don't know, man. Point. All right, moving on. Not friend of the show, Elon Musk. Sorry, Evil Slate, friend of the show, Evil Slate at Please Be Nice with a G and an N and a EISS says, interviewer, sell me this pen, Elon Musk, sweating. It can serve briefly as a boat.
Yeah.
Elon caught quite a bit of flack for that. Derek Simpson at Derek Simpson posts, you're going to just have to trust me that I love my kids. I can't keep up with y'all's made up holidays. This was tremendously popular. Tremendously popular on my thing. Like, just honestly, stop. I take it y'all have friends with kids who posted tons of pictures and told you it was on made up day. Yeah, me too. Friend of the show, Meg Slay says this makes too much sense, and it's just a text here. It says J.K. Rowling is Elon Musk for cis women in the same way that Joe Rogan is Oprah for cis men. I'm gonna think about that.
Damn.
Elon Musk for cis women. Okay, all right, whatever. I don't care. Moving on. Chelsea Rennert, friend of the show, Chels, we love you, dear. Repost Vermin Supreme, who posts a picture of a Jeep with an American flag cover on the back, but it is kind of odd. It seems to have a black hole in the middle of it. And they've written the lyrics, head like a hole, black as your soul, I'd rather die, Jeep flag butthole. 9-inch nails. And I mean, what,
it's a flower. If you look at it, there's a flower behind the flag for some reason. But it does.
I get it.
It absolutely looks like a flag butthole.
It is totally a star-spangled sphincter.
Star-spangled sphincter, dude. You should write lyrics. All right, moving on.
That'd be a good punk band.
Got about 2 left for this round. Florida, when the hurricanes hit, and we have a Pomeranian sucking on a juice box labeled socialism.
Yup.
Oh, bro.
Floridians. And actually, I think you may remember last week before the hurricanes hit, I think I noted that they had already set up the donations and fundraising. If there's one thing that governor knows how to do, it's beg for money. I hope he put as much preparation into hurricanes as he did into flying migrants to Martha's Vineyard for $12 million. All right, and last one for the second ostensibly irreverent round is Hank Hill looking at his eyes in the mirror with his fingers pulling the lids down, saying, "When your blunt smoke blows into your straight edge neighbor's yard." Oh my God, my eyes are turning bloodshot. I'm going on a trip.
That sounds like one of my neighbors.
Just hang on, Hank.
Write it out, homie.
Damn it, Bobby.
Kicking off round 3. This is just a picture of a cat and somebody has shaved its ass.
I have so many questions.
Oh, I mean, I've heard the expression, if my cat's face looked like yours, I would shave its ass.
Shave its ass.
Teach it to walk backwards. But somebody took this training too far.
Look, the only thing I can tell to our listeners is that what we are looking at right now is very upsetting.
Oh, it's so disturbing.
It's something just really wrong about a cat with a shaved ass. Trash Can Paul has this meme format went around everywhere. And it's supposed to show what vertigo looks like. So it's a woman leaning against the wall and she's got her hand over her eye. And then it shows zoomed in of her inner ear, the inset. And we see the cochlea and all that. Now, the eardrum, et cetera, et cetera. Now, what's funny is the way she's standing with her hand on the wall, it looks like her hand is on the picture of her inner ear. And part of the inner ear does look like a snail. So it looks like she's somehow listening to the snail. That's the picture. I don't know what this picture's from. I think it's from an old medical, I don't know, flyer.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, something. I don't know, man. It looks like an old print to me. But anyway, she's leaning against the wall and it's her. It's listening to the snail. And then it's the snail is the snail in my ear telling me to reach for the police officer's pistol. I saw a bunch of these this week, but for some reason that's the only one I grabbed. This one's amazing. This is a famous George Carlin quote. I just love it when these come around. It says, governments don't want a population capable of critical thinking. They want obedient workers, people just smart enough to run the machines and just dumb enough to passively accept their situation. George Carlin. We love you, George. I Can't Have Cheeseburger has a picture of a cat, a white cat, laying on the floor, and somehow there is a rainbow reflected on the floor all the way up to the cat's ass. A lot of cat's ass this round. That's on me.
Yeah.
Okay? I'll just own that. And it's labeled when you eat Taco Bell for dinner and Skittles for dessert. Like the cat shitting a rainbow. Anyway, LSD Fridge at LSD Fridge says no condom forever, or whatever the fuck Black Panther said. Aaliyah Interlude says, no, I promise she's not mean. She's just an Aquarius. This is a beautiful picture of a road going through some trees in the middle of like all these orange and yellow leaves. It's gorgeous, lots of colors. And it says, yes, autism.
What? Oh.
It's almost autumn. Okay, this is from Jelly Toast Bun at Jelly Toast Bun. And he wants to know, is that a Kerbussy? And there's a picture of a Kirby doll. But I don't know why they did this. But between Kirby's two little feet, some kind of theme. It looks like Kirby has a vagina. Anyway, my last one for round 3, the penultimate round, is pyomorphic. We got a picture of a Roomba with a gun attached to it, to the top, and it says, I made a Roomba that shoots anything it bumps into. And then they replied, automation is going to take jobs away from cops.
Oh.
And we're back to you, Andrew. Round 3.
Let's do it.
TD for the 3.
TD for the 3D.
There we go. Friend of the show, Lord K, posed what looks like a actual text conversation with him and his wife, and the person talking says, "Be home soon. Can you please make a sandwich for me?" Person replying says, "Sure." Smiley face with sunglasses, and then the first person's like, "Oh, sandwich. I meant sandwich." Too late. Devil emergency. What have you done? And this picture, I'm gonna try to describe it the best I can, folks. It's a piece of bread standing on end with a piece of cheese and a piece of ham, and then another piece of bread upside down on end on top of it. Like it's just a straight tower of food. And forget Stonehenge, forget the statues on Easter Island. This is the great mystery of the earth that I need to solve.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to think how I would engineer this if I wanted to fake this shot, and I'm not sure.
I want to eat it. I want to say, like, you see bro over there? Dude ate a sandwich. All right, moving on.
I don't think you want to eat it. I think you want to worship at it.
That's very true. Yeah. Okay, Cat's on cocaine yet again. Posted a picture of a dude sitting on a toilet with his pants down, taking a dump. And it says, how many of you guys have quirky pets? My cat likes to sit on my lap while I shit. Because on that dude with pants down, yeah, his cat's just chilling on his lap. Dude's dropping a deuce. All's right in the world. Cats are weird, man.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it is.
That's nasty. No, he's nasty for letting that cat stay there even long enough to take the picture.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yes.
Friend of the show thingies. Love me some thingies. They posted a picture of that little button on your car's console. It has something to do with your air conditioner. You know, the one that's got the silhouette of the car and it's got like a little arrow doing a loop-de-loop in it. That button.
Like the recirculation button.
Yeah, that's the button. Well, Thank you. I actually didn't know what that was called. Cool. Someone's like, I have a question. What does this setting mean? And America is Musty replied, if you ever get into an accident, you hit this button to rewind time so you can avoid it. Lots of people don't know this. I'd be using that button to get out of tickets, bro.
Could use that button. Oh.
Yes. If you grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, you know what you're looking at here. This is a picture of an RCA car connecting pack device. It's a cassette tape with a plug-in to it, so you can plug it into your CD player and then put the cassette in your car deck. You could listen to songs with cuss words in it. Well, DB George crew, they posted this picture. It says, excuse me while I plug in my portable CD player into my car's cassette deck like a goddamn boss. Me, circa 1995.
Dude, I recognize that emotion.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You thought you were big shit when you pulled out the batteries, loaded them in your CD player, and plugged that into your fucking 89 Buick. You thought you were the man.
Dude, I had an 8-track adapter so I could play cassettes through my 8-track.
God bless America. Friend of the show, Blunts and Bongs, once again, posted a thing. It says, me, make happy chemical. Brain, nah. Me, shaking a bag of weed. Would you do it for a Scooby snack? Brain, we're okay, Reggie.
I like it.
Yeah. I knew this crowd would appreciate that.
Indeed.
Friend of the show, Baking Well Baked. If you're not following friend of the show, Baking Well Baked, what the hell you doing with your life?
Yeah, come on now.
It just says that escalated quickly. And it's a picture of a cat sitting in a toy tank with a cannon and a big old mounted rifle. We'll call that a Ma Deuce. And it says, that dog wants to fight. I'll give him a fight. And just as I am while reading this, I was herbalized when I made this meme. All right.
I would kill for this tank as a boy.
I want this. I've seen this thing at Walmart. I want to get it. I don't care if I exceed its weight limit. I want this thing.
How many monies does that thing cost?
I think about $250.
Oh my god. Ooh. All right, moving on.
Yeah, it's salty. Mopar memes. This is one of my favorites of the week. It's a dude, smiling in a t-shirt and a beanie, filling up his very large SUV with gas, just kind of looking off, into the distance, not a care in the world. And it says, I don't want to be a millionaire. I just want to be rich enough to stare off into the distance while pumping my gas.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all I want. I want to be able to not look at the numbers go up and suffer existential dread.
That's the American daydream right there.
Right? Safe word. This is my last one for this round. Friend of the show, Linda Carter. Please go out to dinner with me. She posts on her Twitter, sci-fi is when Wonder Woman fights villains from outer space. Fantasy is thinking Wonder Woman will go on a date with you. I still want to go to dinner with you, Linda. I don't care.
Man,
I've had a crush on you since the 80s, man.
I was so in love with Linda Carter back then. Friend of the show, Eric Sizemore. Give a shout out to Eric Sizemore because you know you want to. Post this picture of a sign, and it's a sign for business, and the lettering on it says, septic tanks pumped, swimming pools filled, not same truck. What we know.
Important piece of information there.
Yes.
My friend Marco says, so it isn't Trump owned. That's good.
Oh.
All right, this next one's going to be a stretch, so apologies, but it's from conservatives making things up and then getting mad about it, which as you know, I've complained. It's a constant flood. It is a flood. I don't know whether to tell you to subscribe to it or not. It's actually kind of dangerous. But this one is a post from Dr. Keenan Bridges, and I made the mistake of going and looking at his page. Don't. The good Reverend Dr. Keenan Bridges is a loon. And he's been reposted by Jordan Dupree in this thing here. It says, read the comments if you don't mind losing a few IQ points. And let me tell you what, that is not wholly incorrect, but here we go. Dr. Keenan Bridges says, the Lord showed me witches that were praying for the destruction of Florida, semicolon. They will be disappointed and judged. Oh my, here we go.
No comment.
So one of the first commenters says, Remember how a coven of witches was supposedly putting curses on Trump? They're not getting a fucking penny until I see some results, witches. Oh, another Barbieri comments. The comments are wild. I can't imagine going through life thinking all that magical thinking has any basis in reality. And it goes on. Friend of the show, Joshua. Josh, bro, I wish you'd come to the show live. Josh says, in the name of the federal government, I hope a FEMA is there and that a fleet of road and utility workers can successfully get things back to working, and that nonprofits who provide direct service and support like food and water can get in quickly and safely. I hope the doctors and healthcare professionals can keep the hospitals running, and that eventually everyone's insurance makes payments fairly and on time. Amen. I was like, man, he's invoking powerful spirits there, and I felt moved. The Lisa Lawrence comments, praying for the storm to turn away, defeated in the mighty name of Jesus, King over all. And oh my God, 510 comments on this, most of them positive, but some of them. I'm trying to remember, where was it? Oh, yes. And this is the one that I absolutely loved. Joanna Bagley posts, because Ron DeSantis is one of the best governors honoring God and the Constitution. He's running the state of Florida so good that many others are jealous of him and all that love him. The evil is hating on him, as evil always goes. But I know a lot of people out there, especially those in Washington, are laughing and gloating that this is happening to Florida because that's what jealousy and evil does. But God will take care of Florida. His heart is for them. And the evil ones will be judged by the Father, because yes, victory is always God's. Yeah, amen, and lots of praying. Anyway, this goes on quite a bit. In response to, because Ron DeSantis is one of the best governors honoring God, Matthew Skeen says, Joanne Bagley, if there was a God, Ron DeSantis is the reason he's destroying Florida with his wrath. Apparently, that's what God does. The whole flooding thing is one of his oldest tricks. And another commenter says, how does it honor the Bible to turn away the poor, the needful, and the lost, to deceive them when they come to this country to make a better life for themselves? If your God exists, he is forgetful, cruel, powerless in comparison to the image he has built up, and stupid. And we have other responses of a spit take GIF, which was just brilliant. My friend, no, I don't know, Nancy, I don't know Nancy, says, Joanne, Death Satan, which is another good one for DeSantis, because I said I wasn't going to say his name anymore, and I started calling him DePenis, which I think is a good one, but Death Satan, it's got a ring to it. Death Satan is a human trafficker. I say that as someone that lives in Florida. Leviticus 19:33, when a stranger resides with you in your land, you shall not do him wrong. The stranger who resides with you to do, well, you know, he's quoting it back in their face, and it's brilliant because it says, be nice to people, and your guy is not being nice at all. And a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see, I wanted to get more here. I got way too much, and I'm losing my breath here. Gail Leppert says, one mention of the name Jesus is more powerful than a legend of witches. Greater is he who is in us, operating through us, than defeated by the devil in the world. And Angela says, so say it and make the hurricane stop. I'll wait. And then they just start getting back. They're just like, be careful mocking the powerful name of Jesus. It's just, Gail, look, I was a Christian for nearly 30 years. I've been there, done that. I've been to nearly every denomination of the church. The only real evil I encountered was at the hands and hearts of God's people. Jesus was a cool guy and probably enlightened and possibly a witch, as it was understood by those who practice it, but he doesn't care if I mock you. Why don't you add this to the persecution you all pretend happens to you? And he goes back and forth and goes on. So that was the witches, and I enjoyed that. I hope you did too. Friend of the show, Paul West, posts, since the youngsters don't bank the way we used to, how would you update the phrase, quote, don't write checks your ass can't cash? And there was a whole bunch of oldsters, and they were trying to come up with a phrase for don't write checks your ass can't cash. I don't know. You guys know a good phrase for that? Don't write checks your ass can't cash.
Nothing new. I mean, I got the ones I use.
I know. So all I did was just post this, and it's the Cash Me Outside girl saying, "Cash me outside. How about that?"
How about that? Oh no.
That
Here's
makes
the
my
mess.
brain hurt. Just get her off the screen, dude. Get her off the screen.
Friend of the show, Kristen, making a second appearance on the show with pretty hot meme here, has a 4-panel. And the first panel is a man with a pickup truck going into the mechanics. And he says, "I want the loudest exhaust pipes possible." And a man in a jumpsuit working there at the mechanic says, "Loud pipes will cost you $5,000. He says, "You got a cheaper option?" "Yes." The final panel, we see him driving around town and with a big sign in the back of his pickup that says, "Vroom, vroom. I'm the most special boy in the whole world. Please look."
Time out. As a man who lives by not one but 4 different families that do demolition derbies, and they all have those big penis Cummins diesel fucking trucks with the stacks, I fucking feel that.
That's real.
I
All right,
live in
this is,
Georgetown, and I posted that for all my neighbors as well.
Yep. This is the post with the most. My post with the most this week was just kind of a beige picture with dark lettering. It says, "By replacing your morning coffee with green tea, you can lose up to 87% of what little joy you still have left in your life."
Yes.
That really resonated with the people on my feed.
Oh, I feel that.
Nice. Oh, we got to go back.
Edie, what's your post with the most?
Hang
My
on.
post. Okay.
We got to
I was
figure
gonna
out how to have Michael run your shit.
I was gonna stall for you, dude. I was gonna try to make it seamless, like you weren't having a goof up moment. It's okay.
It's not a goof up if I'm not trying.
Fair. I still love you. Okay. This I felt some kind of way when I saw this. My post with the most. It's a picture of an owl and a hand shoving a sucker into the owl's face. And it says, "If you get this, you have gray hair." And if you don't get this, you're too young. Get out. And I will say, I don't have gray hair in my hair yet. My beard, however, is what we call salt and pepper.
1, 2, 3.
Crunch. Oh, Mr. Owl, you bastard.
Mr. Owl, how many licks? Oh man, I still remember that. Yeah, that.
198 is the actual answer I counted. All right. Yeah, Eric, off to you, buddy.
All right, moving on. My post with the most is the image of that alien with the enormous head that communicates telepathically from Star Trek, and he's saying, "Quiet! I'm declassifying documents."
Jesus.
Anyway, this led to quite the discussion, including at least one bootlicker in my crowd that I love to pieces, but my God, who just says,
"Actually, it turns out that the U.S. president is the ultimate declassifier and doesn't have to do the paperwork. The question is about when Trump decided to declassify documents, and I don't know the answer."
I just posted some law professors and a headline that this is nonsense on stilts. I'm just like, the fact that I've got to explain why telepathically declassify. Oh my God, that's where we're at now. That's I am bemused.
Yeah, no kidding.
That one had like 65 engagements, 20 comments, 8 shares, huge numbers, super duper most, post with the most, closing out an episode. And I do hereby say compliment that the end of the show is hereby, and I merrily wrapped for October 4th. 10-4, Talk Like a Trucker Day. Come on, good buddy. Facebook
For those who celebrate. Love
Over
you,
and out.
George.
I think I might have had a little seizure there. Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.